Hello and welcome to a Total War Thrones of Britannia gameplay video. So today's video is a tactical masterclass by myself. It's not always often, but in this case it was. As usual, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed recently. It's been brilliant. Everyone who's subscribed in the past and has been supportive of the channel and continue to watch everything and obviously comment, like and everything. Awesome. You guys have been brilliant. It really has picked up my morale and it really does encourage me to continue creating content for you guys. Now, for the context of this video, I was only hoping for my army to act as a speed bump so I can maneuver a better army to kill them, as this army got slightly caught out and is under power and under strength against a reinforcing army which had elite units in it. Now, obviously the original army that engaged with me has only a general unit in the middle of the marshes. I found it was pointless for me to chase after just to kill this enemy unit because the general's unit is elite, and I had set up ready to take on the army ahead and try and cause maximum damage that I could. So the plan was simple. In the immortal words of divide and conquer, that is literally what I was going to do, trying to use the terrain to my advantage with the marshland in the middle, hoping that because of where the enemy reinforcements have come from, they're going to have to walk through the marshes and towards my smaller army I have set up in the middle, and in a way so that my other part of my army that I've hidden in the trees can outflank them. So here you can see the marsh route here. The reinforcing army hopefully are going to march into the middle, not see my units to the right hand side, and I was hoping that they were going to go to the general unit straight away, because if they went to the right hand side, potentially they could come through them trees at my other half of the army and spoil my plan. So the idea is for my units in the middle to rush up, engage the army because they outgun me with range units, and as soon as my army does that, that should hopefully push back the range units behind their front line. And at this point, I will release my cavalry to go and deal with the range units, wipe them out, and use the axemen, which are quite high damage but are weak for a frontline troop, to get in behind and jump in and help out the front line. Now, the reason why I used the axemen was because the axemen potentially won't be able to hold a front line against elite units, as they have poor armor, poor shields and everything like that. Yes, they've got decent melee damage, but they've got no defensive capability. Therefore, I use my spear units and my sword units to hold the front line, create a barrier, and hopefully give me enough time to deal with their range units behind and use the axemen to engage. Now, there is a point here where I feel like I might have had an edge against them and the outcome goes a way that I didn't think it was going to go. I do lose my head later on, but it makes for some really good battle and really good tactics to use. Remember, if you are outgunned by their army, by range units, sometimes the best thing is to push up, so then you can try and flank them with your cavalry, especially if the enemy unit doesn't have any cavalry. Use your cavalry to quickly outflank them round and behind, engage the range units so that they scatter off, you know, because they lose a lot of troops there. That way the morale gets affected for the frontline troops, and then use that cavalry to hit into the back of the enemy troops. Also, if any enemy troops start breaking off, use your cavalry to go and chase them down to kill them off, so that they can't just waver, rout and return and repeat, so that they actually waver, rout, get killed and, you know, rout to the point where they will not come back. So this is probably one of my best moments of gameplay for Total War in a number of years, and I was very proud with this gameplay. And like I say, you got some good content here, so I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you like it, and I hope you might go and buy Total War Thrones of Britannia if it comes on sale again. It is worthwhile gameplay, especially if you like the kind of Viking era, the kind of Vikings, Last Kingdom kind of era, you know, Alfred and all that type of stuff, the Ragnar Lothbrok and his sons, everything to do with that. It's pretty cool. I do love this game. But I'll shut up for a little bit and let you watch the game as I kind of speed up the gameplay to allow their army to get into position on this back record that I did. So when their army was almost in position, I kind of started looking at their range capabilities, where their range units could actually reach to. My troops are all in the shielded, so they take 40% less range damage. But as soon as that first volley comes, that's the point where I decide we need to charge here and engage, so we can try and push their troops back, try and start up our plan, or at least do as much damage as possible, and hopefully catch their range units trying to retreat back behind their line or not. But this is a good little start. Now that was some beautiful frontline engagements there. The graphics of this game is wonderful. The actual, movement into this game and these units here. And at this point, because now that the range units push back, I've released my cavalry, I've released my axe units, because I need to get these axe units in as fast as possible. Otherwise my front line and my flanks of my front line are just going to crumble quickly. So here we go, here comes the cavalry. Some lovely kills there. Straight away, morale shot for the archers here, as they know that they've been flanked here. The axemen are still running in here, so hopefully we can get them in time to save the day. Just in the nick of time, as you can see, that bouncer power is starting to come my way. The axe infantry are now flanking there, and he's going to shoot the morale to pieces in the back of these guys, and with their heavy axe, the high melee damage that these guys can cause, this was the perfect timing, perfect way to completely try and destroy their flanks and their center, so I can try and overwhelm them with my troops, and then try and get the rest of their army destroyed and routed as fast as possible. At this point I was slightly overwhelmed and kind of lost my head a little bit, and forgot that all these range units would still scatter but would then return and then try and fire shots into the back of my troops. So needed to get back into swing with the cavalry and try and get the cavalry back to chasing the range units off, and any other troops that try and rout away but may return to the fold. But at this point you can see the balance of power is firmly in my position, thankfully, because of the tactical genius of divide and conquer and how effective it was using the terrain of the trees and the marshes and my positioning, and just using my units to the best of their ability. So using the sword troops, using the spear troops to create a front line. Yes, the axe troops are going to waver a little bit because they have poor armor and shielding and everything like that, but because they are high damage, they can do a shock value into the back of these units and allow these stronger units to then overpower the rest of these units, these elite units. They still had a few units it seems like they were holding back onto, but we would just need to find them, mop them up and engage on them, and that's what we will do. These cavalry charges are especially nice into the back of running units or even stood still units, because you can hear the actual earth pounding and the engagement. You can see bodies flying, people, they're just demoralized and they just want to get out of there now. But try and surround these elite units over here and see if we could try and bring in more of my units, try and make it a little bit easier so we can lose as least amount of troops as possible now that we know we are potentially going to win this battle. So it's all about trying to not lose as many units and rack up as much experience as possible, whilst also enjoying this beautiful gameplay and the beautiful graphics and this fantastic victory that we have against these guys. Perfect victory against the Viking kingdom and for King Alfred. Look at that beautiful shot cavalry type moment there. Brilliant. So thank you very much if you have watched this far. I hope you've enjoyed the content. Hope you've enjoyed the actual battle here and how sometimes my genius can actually pay off in a brilliant tactics of divide and conquer. Like I say, in the immortal words, divide and conquer does work, and this was absolutely class. So thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that type of jazz, and I hope that you are here for the future content for Total War Thrones of Britannia and Bannerlord and Warband and all that type of jazz. Thank you very much for watching.